Let me ask you a question that can change the very axis of your destiny. If there were a hidden prayer, 11 words whispered only in the silence of your soul, words that hold the secret of wealth, healing, love, and divine abundance, would you dare to speak them within yourself and tell no one? For he who hides the pearl within, treasures it, and lives by it, shall see the doors of heaven open wide. Scripture declares, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. The kingdom of infinite riches is not far away. It is within you. It is your subconscious mind, and tonight you shall learn how to unlock it. Stay with me. Listen with your inner ear, for what you are about to hear will not only alter your fortune, but transform the landscape of your soul forever. The hidden prayer of manifestation is not spoken on the lips, but impressed upon the heart. The lips may utter sounds, but the heart writes laws upon the subconscious mind. It is written, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You may think with the surface mind 1,000 thoughts a day, but what you truly believe, what you feel to be true in the silent sanctuary of your subconscious, that alone becomes flesh. That alone manifests as wealth, as success, as radiant health, as divine companionship, as every good and perfect gift that descends from the Father of lights. The 11 words are not magical syllables. They are a state of consciousness. They are the inner decree. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. When you say this within yourself, not as lip service, not as vain repetition, but as living truth impressed upon feeling, the subconscious, that great builder, accepts it as law and proceeds to externalize it in ways you know not of. For the ways of the subconscious are higher than the ways of the surface intellect. The intellect asks, how shall this be? But the subconscious answers with demonstration, with the miracle, with the sudden opening of doors you never knew existed. Let me tell you, there is no shortage in divine mind. There is no lack in the storehouse of the infinite. When you say, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, you are declaring your spiritual inheritance. You are no longer begging from life. You are claiming your birthright. Did not the Master say, ask and it shall be given you, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you? The asking is not begging. The asking is affirming, impressing, feeling the reality within until it takes on substance in the outer world. Florence Scovel Shinn, that radiant truth teacher, declared that your word is your wand. She knew, as I know, as you must know, that what you decree in the silence is made manifest in the open. She taught that every idle word spoken with feeling becomes law unto itself. Therefore, the words you say within, in the chamber of your heart, must be words of prosperity, words of success, words of victory. If you decree silently, I am defeated, I am poor, I am unlucky, the subconscious accepts the decree and fashions your world accordingly. But if you decree, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, then wealth flows, doors open, friends appear, and the whole universe conspires for your success. Neville Goddard, my dear friend and fellow explorer of the inner kingdom, taught the same truth in another form. He said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. For what is assumption but silent prayer? What is silent prayer but the impressing of an idea upon the subconscious mind with feeling? Neville knew the law. Imagine, feel, and live in the end. He too taught you to say the 11 words in your own way, to feel that you already are what you wish to be, and then to rest in that nowing, allowing the unseen to shape the scene. Napoleon Hill, who studied the titans of industry and the giants of wealth, came to the same conclusion. Riches begin with thought. He said, what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Conceive with imagination, believe with feeling, and the subconscious will translate it into reality. He called it definiteness of purpose. I call it prayer. But we are speaking of the same law, and this law never fails. Carl Jung, that wise psychologist of the soul, saw the same pattern in the collective unconscious. He said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you will call it fate. The unconscious he spoke of is what I call the subconscious mind. It is the hidden part of you, the storehouse of memory, habit, feeling, and creation. Until you impress it with truth, it will continue to replay the old records of fear, lack, and limitation. But when you impress it with divine abundance, it creates new patterns, new conditions, new fortunes. Beloved friend, the secret is not in working harder, but in working inward. The gold mine is not in the hills, but in your mind. When you touch the depths of your subconscious with conviction, wealth flows in ways beyond calculation. You may be walking down the street and meet a man who offers you the very opportunity you have longed for. You may awaken with a new idea that becomes an invention, a book, a song, a business. You may find that what was once blocked suddenly flows with ease. All this is the law of subconscious manifestation. Therefore I tell you again, say these words in silence and tell no one. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say them morning and night, not with strain, not with effort, but with quiet conviction. Whisper them to yourself as you drift into the sleep state, for in that twilight of consciousness, the subconscious is most impressionable. Repeat them until they are not merely words, but a feeling, an inner knowing, an unshakable confidence. Then watch as the outer world reshapes itself to match your inner decree. You are not a beggar at the gates of chance. You are a son, a daughter of the infinite. You are heir to the riches of heaven and earth. The cattle on 1,000 hills are yours. The gold and the silver are yours. The ideas that change the world are yours. For the Father and I are one, and all that the Father hath is mine. Let these words sink deep, for they are spirit and they are life. Remember always, wealth is not created by toil alone, but by consciousness. The man who toils with fear of lack reaps little, but the man who works in the awareness of abundance multiplies his results 100-fold. Money is but a symbol. The true wealth is the idea, the inspiration, the conviction, the faith. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, the inner kingdom of harmony, faith, and conviction, and all these things shall be added unto you. Beloved friend, as you listen now, know that the river of infinite supply is flowing through you. You are never alone, never abandoned, never cut off. You are one with the source, and the source is infinite. Say it with me in silence now. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Let it echo in the chambers of your soul until it becomes the very atmosphere of your being. For what you impress upon the subconscious in faith, you shall one day hold in your hand. Consider the lilies of the field, how they toil not, neither do they spin. Yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. The lily does not strain, does not worry, does not force. It simply rests in the soil, drawing from the unseen reservoir of earth and sky. So it is with you. Rest in the soil of divine abundance, impress the truth upon your subconscious, and allow the harvest to blossom in its own perfect season. Some will say, but Dr. Murphy, I have debts, I have bills, I have mouths to feed. I tell you, do not magnify the problem, magnify the source. If you magnify lack, lack multiplies. If you magnify abundance, abundance multiplies. Call the things that are not as though they were, said Paul, and they shall become. Begin now to see yourself as prosperous, to imagine yourself free, to affirm silently the 11 words of power. The subconscious does not argue. It accepts the feeling as fact. It acts upon it with mathematical precision. It knows only to give according to the seed you plant within. Do not tell others of your silent prayer, for when you scatter pearls before swine, you invite ridicule and doubt. Doubt, like weeds, can choke the tender seed. Keep it within, say it in silence, treasure it. Let it grow in the secret place of the Most High. And when it blossoms, let your life be the testimony, not your lips. For by their fruits you shall know them. Even now some of you feel a stirring in your soul. You know that what I speak is true. You feel the resonance of spirit saying, yes, this is the way, this is the law, this is the hidden prayer of manifestation. Do not resist it, embrace it. Begin this very night to impress upon your subconscious the truth of infinite riches. Begin to live as though it were already done, for indeed in the invisible it is done. The harvest is certain, the law is sure, the riches are yours. And I leave you now at the close of this first unfolding with a reminder carved into eternity. The power that created worlds dwells within you. The treasure you seek is already planted in the soil of your subconscious. The harvest waits only for your faith, your feeling, your inner decree. Say within yourself, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, and say it until the heavens within answer, Amen. For with God all things are possible. You have now heard the hidden prayer of manifestation. You know the secret that the great mystics, sages, and prophets proclaimed in parables and symbols. Yet the prayer is not enough if it remains mere words. It must become life within you, bone of your bone, breath of your breath, conviction of your soul. To know truth intellectually is to touch the rim of the garment. To feel truth, to live it, to embody it, that is to touch the hem of the garment and be made whole. The Master declared, "According to your faith be it unto you." Faith is not wishful thinking, nor is it the desperate cry of one who doubts. Faith is a calm knowing, a quiet confidence, an inner assurance that what you have asked is already yours in the invisible, awaiting only the appointed hour of manifestation. Faith is not strain, it is rest. Faith is not pleading, it is thanksgiving. Faith does not ask when or how, for faith knows the law and trusts the process. The farmer does not dig up the seed every day to see if it is growing. He trusts the invisible process beneath the soil. He waters, he nurtures, he waits with expectancy, and the harvest comes, for the law cannot be mocked. So too, when you plant the seed of wealth in your subconscious through silent prayer, you must rest in assurance. Do not uproot it with doubt. Do not poison it with fear. Do not suffocate it with impatience. Rest. Give thanks. Know that the law is working, and in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Notice those words. Faith is substance. Faith is evidence. To the rational mind, faith appears intangible, but to the spiritual mind, faith is the very foundation upon which worlds are built. Before any cathedral was erected, it was a vision in the architect's mind. Before any fortune was amassed, it was a dream, a desire, a conviction in the heart of its possessor. The unseen always precedes the seen. The invisible always gives birth to the visible, and faith is the bridge between the two. You may ask, Dr. Murphy, how do I cultivate such faith? I tell you, faith comes by hearing. Hearing the word, the inner word, the word of truth, repeated, affirmed, impressed until the subconscious accepts it as real. This is why affirmations spoken in silence are so powerful. Each repetition is a drop of water carving a canyon in the subconscious. Each affirmation is a stroke of the chisel shaping the statue of your destiny. Say within yourself again and again, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say it until the words sink beneath the surface, until they no longer feel foreign but natural, until the subconscious nods in agreement and begins to weave circumstances that align with your decree. Visualization is the handmaiden of faith. To imagine vividly, to see inwardly, to paint in the canvas of the mind the picture of wealth already attained, this is to give form to faith. When you imagine yourself holding the check, signing the contract, receiving the keys to the home, rejoicing in freedom, your subconscious registers the picture as present fact. The subconscious cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined state and an actual event. Therefore, imagine wisely, imagine often, imagine with joy. And let your imagination be sanctified by love so that the wealth you manifest blesses you and blesses all. Did not Jacob in the book of Genesis cause the flocks to bear according to the image before their eyes? He placed before them rods of varied color, and the flocks conceived according to the vision. So too, what you behold within, you bring forth without. Keep before the eyes of your mind the image of abundance, of prosperity, of success, and you shall conceive and bring forth after your kind. As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Neville Goddard spoke often of the law of assumption. He said, live in the end. Feel now what you would. Feel if your desire were fulfilled. Walk as though it were already done. Speak as though it were finished. Rest as though the victory were already won. And so it is. The subconscious, impressed by feeling, accepts the state as real and begins to move heaven and earth to bring it into manifestation. Many have proven this law in small things and then in great. You may begin by imagining a letter from a friend, a compliment, a token gift. As you see it come to pass, your faith strengthens. Then move on to greater things, financial freedom, radiant health, divine companionship. There is no limit, for the law is infinite. Napoleon Hill discovered the same principle under another name. He called it burning desire backed by faith. He interviewed hundreds of millionaires, inventors, leaders, and found that each first saw their fortune in the inner eye before it was made manifest. They had a vision so clear, a faith so unshakable that no obstacle could deter them. They held to their mental image until the outer world yielded. What is this but the hidden prayer of manifestation? What is this but the decree, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind? Carl Jung observed that symbols and archetypes move the depths of the subconscious. He knew that the language of the subconscious is not logic, but image, not argument, but symbol, not reason, but feeling. This is why Scripture speaks in parables, why dreams come in pictures, why rituals carry power. The subconscious responds to imagery. When you affirm prosperity, accompany the words with images of wealth, of gold, of overflowing cups, of fruitful harvests, of open doors. Let the subconscious feast upon these symbols until it is saturated with the atmosphere of abundance. And yet, beloved, beware of dual allegiance. You cannot serve both faith and fear, both abundance and lack. A house divided against itself cannot stand. If you affirm wealth in the morning and complain of poverty by noon, you cancel your decree. If you visualize success in prayer and then gossip of failure with friends, you uproot your seed. You must be single-minded, steadfast, immovable. You must let your yes be yes and your no be no. Once you have affirmed your wealth, stand upon it as upon a rock. Let no wave of doubt shake you. Let no opinion of others sway you. Stand, and having done all, stand. Remember, too, that wealth is not to be hoarded but circulated. Money is like blood, it must flow to sustain life. If you clutch it in fear, you cut off circulation. If you release it in faith, it returns multiplied. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Sow, and you shall reap. Cast your bread upon the waters, and you shall find it after many days. Do not fear loss. Fear is faith in reverse. What you fear you draw unto yourself. But when you give in faith, you affirm abundance. You declare, there is more where this came from. The infinite supply is mine. And so it returns, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Beloved, wealth is consciousness. Two men may labor in the same field, yet one prospers while the other barely survives. The difference is not in the field but in the mind. One works with a sense of lack, thinking only of bills, debts, scarcity. The other works with a sense of abundance, seeing opportunity, expecting increase, rejoicing in supply. The subconscious impressed by each creates conditions to match. Therefore guard your inner speech. Let your inner words be words of wealth, of success, of plenty. For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh, and out of the abundance of the heart life itself unfolds. It is written, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, not his reluctant duty, not his grudging concession, but his good pleasure. The infinite delights in your prosperity. The divine rejoices in your success. The source is glorified in your abundance, for it shows forth his riches. Poverty is not piety. Lack is not holiness. The lilies, the birds, the stars all proclaim abundance. Shall you, made in the image of God, declare less? Say within yourself, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, and know that heaven itself resounds with your decree. And so I tell you, live now in the consciousness of abundance. Walk as though the fortune were already yours. Give thanks as though the harvest were already gathered. Rejoice as though the doors were already open. This is not pretending, it is creating. This is not fantasy, it is faith. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Even now, feel the truth of these words stirring within you. Feel the river of wealth flowing through you. Feel the invisible substance gathering, crystallizing, taking form. Say it again in silence. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say it until the atmosphere around you is charged with faith, until the very air seems electric with expectancy. For indeed the universe responds not to your words alone, but to the vibration of your soul. And when your soul vibrates with wealth, wealth must appear. It is law. It is certain. It is done. Beloved, remember always, the infinite within you is greater than the circumstances around you. The treasure within you is greater than the debts before you. The power within you is greater than the opposition against you. Turn within, affirm within, rest within, for the kingdom of heaven is within you, and from that inner kingdom flows every good and perfect gift. The prayer is hidden, but the results are open. The words are silent, but the fruits are loud. Say the words, live the words, embody the words, and the world shall know by your abundance that you have touched the infinite. I leave you now with this reminder, etched upon the eternal scroll of your subconscious. The law is unfailing, the supply is infinite, the source is within you. Speak silently the prayer of wealth, believe in its fulfillment, visualize its form, give thanks in advance, and you shall see the glory of the Lord revealed in your finances, your health, your relationships, your destiny. Say it one last time with me in silence. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is done. It is finished. It is established forever. We have spoken of the hidden prayer of manifestation. We have declared together in silence that I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. We have touched the wellspring of faith, and we have painted images upon the inner canvas. But now let us travel deeper into the mysteries of the subconscious, where not only wealth, but health, harmony, and divine timing flow forth as rivers of living water. For the law of abundance is not limited to money alone, it is life itself in overflowing measure. The same law that heals the body is the law that multiplies the loaves and fishes of your supply. The subconscious knows only one principle, to create according to the seed impressed upon it. If the seed is one of health, it produces vitality. If the seed is one of wealth, it produces prosperity. If the seed is one of harmony, it produces peace. The soil does not discriminate between the wheat and the thistle. It grows whatever is planted, and so the subconscious does not question whether your seed is good or ill. It grows whatever you impress upon it. Therefore, beloved, choose wisely the seeds you plant. For your body, your finances, your relationships, your destiny are but harvests of subconscious planting. When disease manifests in the body, know this. It is the result of a false pattern impressed upon the subconscious. Fear, resentment, guilt, unforgiveness, these are weeds in the garden of the soul. They choke vitality, they block the river of life, they manifest as illness, yet healing is not a mystery to the one who understands law. Impress health, affirm vitality, visualize wholeness, forgive all, release resentment, and the subconscious will restore order. He sent his word and healed them. The word is the decree, the inner prayer, the image of wholeness. Plant it, water it, give thanks for it, and health springs forth speedily. Beloved, hear me clearly. The power that heals a cut is the power that can heal a cancer. The intelligence that knits the skin is the same intelligence that can renew the organ. The subconscious is builder, restorer, healer. All it needs is the right blueprint, the right command. Just as you say, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind, so you may say, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. These words impressed upon the subconscious become flesh. They restore order where there was chaos. They bring life where there was death. For the subconscious is the law of life, and life is always seeking to express more life. The Master said, resist not evil. Many have misunderstood this as weakness, but I tell you it is the greatest strength. To resist is to give power to the very thing you oppose. What you fight, you feed. What you fear, you fertilize. What you resist, you attract. Non-resistance does not mean passive acceptance of evil. It means recognition that evil has no power in itself, that it is but the shadow cast by false belief. When you withdraw your attention from the shadow and affirm the light, the shadow vanishes. When you cease fighting lack and instead affirm abundance, lack dissolves. When you cease fighting sickness and instead affirm health, healing springs forth. Non-resistance is not weakness, it is mastery of law. Florence Scovel-Shinn declared, none of these things move me. She taught that the appearance of lack, the report of disease, the words of opposition must not sway the inner decree. She knew the secret of non-resistance. She held to the inner truth regardless of outer circumstance, and the outer always yielded. You too must learn to stand unshaken. Let the storm rage, let the winds howl, but within you let there be a great calm. Say within yourself, peace, be still. For when the subconscious is anchored in truth, the outer world cannot shake you. The law must eventually conform to your decree. Beloved, divine timing is another aspect of this law. All things unfold in season. Just as there is seed time and harvest in nature, so there is seed time and harvest in the subconscious. You cannot demand instant manifestation in the outer any more than you can command a tree to bear fruit overnight. The seed must germinate, the roots must grow, the stem must strengthen, and then the fruit appears. Do not despair if your prayer is not answered tomorrow. The law is sure, the harvest is certain, but it unfolds in divine order at the appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Impatience is a form of doubt. It says, I do not trust the law, I must force the outcome. But faith says, I have planted the seed, I have watered it with thanksgiving, I have affirmed its reality, and I know that in due season it shall appear. Rest, therefore, in divine timing. Trust that the subconscious knows the shortest, surest, most harmonious path to the manifestation of your desire. Often, what appears as delay is preparation. The universe rearranges circumstances, aligns people, prepares opportunities so that when the harvest comes, it is greater than you imagine. Many have prayed for small things, and because they trusted divine timing, received far greater things than they asked. Consider Joseph, sold into slavery, cast into prison, forgotten by men, yet in divine timing, lifted to the throne of Egypt. Consider Moses, tending sheep in the desert for 40 years, yet in divine timing called to deliver a nation. Consider even the Master himself, who waited 30 years before revealing his ministry, and then in 3 years accomplished the work that shook eternity. Divine timing is not delay, it is perfection. Trust it. Rest in it. Give thanks for it. And know that your subconscious is weaving the tapestry of your destiny in ways beyond comprehension. Beloved friend, remember this. The subconscious is always working. Day and night, whether you sleep or wake, it labors faithfully. If you impress fear, it works to produce fear. If you impress wealth, it works to produce wealth. If you impress health, it works to produce health. It never rests, never slumbers, never argues. It accepts as law whatever you impress. Therefore, make it your holy task to impress only truth, only abundance, only life. Let your last thought before sleep be, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Let your first thought upon waking be, I live this day in the overflow of divine supply. For the thoughts of sleep sink deep, and the thoughts of morning set the pattern for the day. Some will say, but Dr. Murphy, what of the obstacles, the failures, the disappointments? I tell you, every seeming obstacle is but a stepping stone, every failure but a lesson, every disappointment but a redirection. The subconscious uses even these to guide you to greater good. Trust the law. Do not curse the darkness. Light the candle. Do not lament the closed door. Give thanks for the better door opening. All things work together for good to them that love God. The subconscious, aligned with divine law, ensures that and what appears as loss becomes gain, what appears as setback becomes setup, what appears as ending becomes new beginning. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. Beloved, fate is but the subconscious working without guidance. Destiny is the subconscious guided by truth. When you take hold of the law, when you impress your subconscious with wealth, health, harmony, love, faith, you cease being the victim of fate and become the master of destiny. You cease wandering and begin creating. You cease surviving and begin thriving, for the power is no longer hidden from you, it is awakened within you. Beloved, hear me once more. The treasure you seek is not outside you, it is within. The wealth you long for, the health you desire, the success you dream of, the love you crave, all are seeds already planted in your subconscious. Your task is not to beg, not to strive, not to wrestle, but to awaken, to affirm, to water, to give thanks, to wait in faith. The harvest is certain, the riches are yours. The law cannot fail, for heaven and earth may pass away, but my words shall not pass away. The word impressed upon the subconscious is eternal, and it must come to pass. And so, beloved, let us affirm together in silence once more the hidden prayer of manifestation. Let us say it not as empty words, but as burning truth, as living decree, as eternal law. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say it until you feel the thrill of it in your very bones. Say it until your heart leaps with joy. Say it until every fiber of your being resounds with amen. For when the subconscious accepts it, the outer must reflect it. It is done. It is finished. It is established forever. I leave you at the close of this third unfolding with this reminder. The same power that set the stars in their courses dwells in you. The same law that governs galaxies governs your destiny. Align with it, trust it, affirm it, rest in it, and you shall know. See the glory of the Lord revealed in your life. The riches are already yours. The healing is already yours. The harmony is already yours. The success is already yours. Say it in silence, live it in faith, rest in divine timing, and the harvest shall be abundant beyond measure. Beloved friend, we have traveled together through the inner sanctuaries of mind and spirit. We have learned that the subconscious is the treasury of heaven within, that health, harmony, wealth, and joy are born of the seeds you plant in the soil of inner awareness. We have discovered the power of non-resistance and the mystery of divine timing. Now let us go deeper still, into the psychology of wealth, the science of prosperity, the law of abundance that governs the multiplication of your supply. Money is a symbol. It is condensed energy, crystallized faith, frozen belief. It is not good, nor is it evil. It is the servant of your consciousness. To the man who fears it, it becomes a tyrant. To the man who resents it, it flees from his grasp. To the man who worships it, it enslaves him. But to the man who understands it, money is a tool of divine expression, a channel through which abundance flows, a means of blessing, multiplying, creating, serving. You must cleanse your mind of false beliefs about money, for these false beliefs are chains around your subconscious. If you believe money is scarce, you impress scarcity. If you believe money is evil, you reject the flow of abundance. If you believe money corrupts, you shut the door to supply. But if you believe money is good, that it is God's idea of circulation, that it is abundance made visible, you open wide the gates of prosperity. The scripture declares, "The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts." If all belongs to the divine, how can money be evil? It is but one of the forms through which God's abundance manifests. The earth is filled with riches, with forests, with rivers, with oil, with grain, with diamonds, with fruit, with treasures uncounted. Money is a symbol of the infinite resource of spirit. It is a shadow cast by the light of abundance. When you love God, when you serve the law of life, when you see money as a channel of good, you align with circulation and supply flows ceaselessly. Beloved, poverty is not a virtue. It is a disease of the mind. It is ignorance of the law of abundance. The Master never glorified poverty. He glorified faith, generosity, love. He fed the multitude with loaves and fishes. He turned water into wine. He declared, "I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." Abundance is the will of God for you. Scarcity is not holy. Sufficiency is divine. Misery is not spiritual. Joy is divine. To glorify poverty is to glorify lack of understanding. Prosperity consciousness is your inheritance. You must claim it boldly as a son or daughter of the infinite. Consider the words of Napoleon Hill, who spent 25 years studying the lives of the world's wealthiest men. He declared in Think and Grow Rich that every fortune begins with an idea, a definite purpose, a burning desire. He saw what I tell you now. The subconscious accepts the idea impressed with faith and desire, and then works out its manifestation in wealth. Hill was echoing eternal law, the same law I declare to you. Desire is prayer. Faith is the inner decree. Persistence is the watering of the seed. Wealth is the inevitable harvest. When you impress your subconscious with definite wealth backed by faith, it cannot fail. Neville Goddard, too, understood this great secret. He declared, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." He taught that imagination is the creative act. To dwell in the end is to claim the harvest before the seed has broken ground. Neville taught what I affirm. The subconscious accepts the image clothed in feeling as fact, and then outpictures it in the world of form. If you see yourself wealthy in imagination, if you feel yourself surrounded by abundance, if you live inwardly in the state of prosperity, the subconscious will produce it as surely as seed produces fruit. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving." She understood that prosperity is an inner vision before it is an outer condition. She declared that words are seeds, and when spoken with faith, they summon supply from the invisible. She taught her students to affirm, "God is my supply. There is a supply for every demand." And miracles followed her students everywhere. Why? Because they impressed their subconscious with truth, with abundance, with expectancy, and the subconscious faithfully outpictured it. Beloved, your subconscious is unlimited. It knows no shortage, no lack, no limitation. It holds the blueprint of infinite wealth. All the gold in the world is but dust compared to the infinite supply of the subconscious. Do not say, "There is not enough." Do not say, "I cannot afford it." Do not say, "It is too hard." These are words of lack, seeds of poverty, chains of bondage. Instead say, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. I am always supplied. God's wealth flows freely to me. I give thanks for supply unending. These words, spoken with feeling, planted in silence, become streams of gold in your experience. Do you remember the words of Proverbs? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Beloved, this is the essence of prosperity consciousness. You are not wealthy because of outer possessions. You are wealthy because of inner conviction. You are not rich because of the numbers in your account. You are rich because of the abundance you carry in your heart. Outer wealth may be lost, stolen, destroyed, but if the consciousness of wealth remains, outer wealth will return multiplied. If you lose everything but maintain prosperity consciousness, you will rise again. But if you gain millions yet remain inwardly poor, you will lose it all. Wealth begins in the heart, in the subconscious, in the secret place of the Most High. Carl Jung pointed to the shadow of poverty that lurks in the collective unconscious. He saw how generations passed down beliefs of scarcity, of fear, of survival. But you, beloved, are called to break the chain. You are called to awaken prosperity consciousness, to rise above ancestral patterns, to impress your subconscious with abundance. You are called to say, the past has no power. I am rich in consciousness now. I am wealthy now. I am supplied now. When you affirm this, you not only free yourself, but you free generations after you. You become a channel of abundance in your family, your community, your world. Beloved, do not be afraid to desire wealth. Desire is not greed. Greed is fear-based grasping. True desire is the voice of God within, calling you to expand, to create, to express, to bless. When you desire wealth, it is not to hoard it, but to circulate it, to build, to give, to grow. Wealth is circulation. Just as blood must flow through the body, money must flow through life. When you hoard, you stagnate. When you give, you multiply. The scripture declares, give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together. And running over. Giving opens the channel. Gratitude multiplies the harvest. Circulation is the law. Beloved, I have seen countless demonstrations of this law. I have seen men who were bankrupt rise to wealth by changing their inner speech. I have seen women who were poor widows attract abundance by affirming supply. I have seen businesses on the verge of collapse flourish when the owners began to visualize prosperity. I have seen the law prove itself again and again unfailingly. One man came to me broken, discouraged, penniless. I told him, say to yourself all day long, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. These riches flow to me freely, joyously, endlessly. He obeyed. Within months he was employed in a position beyond his training, with income beyond his imagination. The law worked for him as it will for you. Beloved, your subconscious is impersonal. It does not choose wealth or poverty. It does not decide success or failure. It reflects only what you impress. It is the mirror of your inner speech. Therefore, make your inner speech the language of abundance. Never say, I cannot. Say, I can through the power of God within. Never say, it is too late. Say, divine timing is perfect. Never say, there is not enough. Say, infinite supply meets every demand. This language becomes law in the subconscious, and law becomes life in your experience. The hidden prayer of manifestation remains the same. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Let this be your watchword, your silent song, your constant affirmation. Whisper it when you wake. Declare it when you walk. Breathe it when you sleep. For the subconscious, hearing it, feeling it, believing it, will make it flesh. The riches are already yours. The supply is already yours. The wealth is already yours. Only believe, only affirm, only impress, only rest in divine timing, and it must come forth. Beloved, I leave you at the close of this fourth unfolding with this reminder. Money is a servant, not a master. Wealth is a tool, not an idol. Prosperity is an inner state, not an outer possession. Align with truth, plant the seed, water it with faith, trust divine timing, circulate freely, give joyously, receive gratefully, and the law will multiply your harvest 100-fold. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. The kingdom is prosperity, sufficiency, abundance, supply unending. Claim it, accept it, live it, for it is yours now and forever. The law of wealth and prosperity is but one facet of the infinite jewel of spirit. For the subconscious does not only multiply your money, it multiplies your miracles. The same law that governs the coin governs the healing of the sick, the restoration of the broken, the lifting of the soul. You are not limited to earning a living. You are destined to demonstrate life more abundant. This is the miracle working power of the subconscious mind aligned with divine law. Miracles are not accidents, nor are they violations of natural law. They are the natural result of higher law, understood and applied. When the Master fed the multitude, he was not violating nature. He was demonstrating the law of multiplication latent in every seed, every loaf, every fish. When he healed the blind, he was not breaking law. He was aligning consciousness with truth, and the subconscious responded by restoring order to the body. When he walked upon the water, he was not abolishing law. He was operating from a higher law. What men call miracle is simply law beyond their present comprehension. Beloved, you too may work miracles, for the subconscious within you is the same power that opened the Red Sea, that raised Lazarus, that gave Solomon wisdom, that multiplied the widow's oil. The law is no respecter of persons. It does not favor prophet over pauper, king over servant, scholar over child. It responds alike to all according to their faith, their belief, their inner decree. According to your faith be it unto you. This is the law of miracles. Do you desire success in life? Then know this. Success is not a race, nor a contest, nor a struggle. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, the outward expression of an inward conviction. The man who knows his definite purpose, who holds it steadily before his mind, who nourishes it with faith and persistence, is already successful, though he stand in a humble dwelling. The man who wanders aimlessly, doubting, fearing, changing course with every wind, is a failure, though he live in a palace. Success is inner order before it is outer attainment. Napoleon Hill saw this truth and called it definiteness of purpose. He interviewed Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and found this one law. Every successful man held one definite chief aim, impressed upon the subconscious with burning desire, backed with faith, and pursued with persistence. The subconscious, taking this aim as decree, set in motion ideas, plans, circumstances, people, and opportunities until success was inevitable. Hill wrote of it as if it were new discovery, yet beloved, it is eternal law, spoken already in the Scriptures. Write the vision and make it plain, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Success is born in imagination, it is nurtured in belief, it is strengthened by affirmation, it is sealed by persistence. The subconscious cannot resist a definite purpose impressed upon it day by day with faith and feeling. It must find expression. Just as water must find its level, so must the subconscious manifest what you decree. This is the higher law of manifestation. You are not a victim of chance. You are an architect of destiny. You are not subject to fate. You are master of your subconscious impressions. Beloved, understand this secret. Success psychology is prosperity psychology. For success in business, in art, in science, in invention, in leadership, all spring from the same root. The subconscious mind aligned with truth. The poet who dreams of verse, the inventor who envisions a machine, the leader who sees a nation uplifted, all impress their subconscious with a vision, nurture it with faith, and outpicture it in form. There is no limit, for the subconscious draws from infinite intelligence, from the very mind of God. When you align with this higher mind, your work is inspired, your path is guided, your success is inevitable. Florence Scovel Shinn reminded us that nothing stands between man and his highest ideals in every desire of his heart but doubt and fear. She knew that success was not a matter of luck but of consciousness. She taught her students to affirm boldly, "There is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is mine by divine right can never be taken from me." Beloved, hear this. There is no competition in spirit. Success is not stolen. It is demonstrated. Wealth is not seized. It is expressed. What is yours in truth cannot be withheld by man, nor taken by circumstance, nor delayed by opposition. The subconscious, once impressed, brings it forth unfailingly. Consider Neville Goddard, who taught men to assume the state of success inwardly. He declared that imagining creates reality, that to live in the feeling of success is to call success from the invisible into the visible. Many laughed, many doubted, yet those who practice proved the law. I myself have seen men who assumed prosperity inwardly and found doors opening in miraculous ways. I have seen artists who imagined exhibitions and found patrons they had never met. I have seen inventors who assumed their device was already in use and soon saw it adopted across industries. Success is First imagined, then believed, then demonstrated. Carl Jung, delving into the depths of the psyche, declared that what we call synchronicity is the outward correspondence of inner states. He saw that when the subconscious holds a definite pattern, outer events align mysteriously, as if by coincidence. But beloved, it is no coincidence. It is law. The subconscious impresses upon the deeper field of mind, and circumstances arrange themselves accordingly. When you impress success, you meet the right person by chance. When you affirm prosperity, you stumble upon the right book at the right time. When you declare abundance, opportunities seem to appear from nowhere. It is not luck, it is law. Beloved, miracles of success are not reserved for prophets of old, they are for you now. I recall a man who longed to be a writer, yet he worked in obscurity, discouraged, doubting. I told him, see yourself already an author, feel the book already published, imagine readers writing letters of gratitude, impress your subconscious with success. He obeyed. Within a year, a publisher discovered his manuscript and his book spread across the nation. The subconscious, once impressed, opened the way. Another woman came to me desiring a home of her own, yet she was penniless. I said, do not look at lack. Look at supply. Imagine yourself already in the home, decorating the rooms, welcoming guests. Say to yourself, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. The house I desire is mine now in divine order. She obeyed. Within months, an inheritance she had forgotten became available, and the exact house she had pictured was hers. This is not magic, it is law. Miracles are the natural outworking of the subconscious, aligned with faith. Beloved, there is a higher law of manifestation, beyond struggle, beyond striving, beyond stress. It is the law of effortless demonstration. The oak tree does not strain to grow, it unfolds from the acorn. The river does not strive to flow, it follows its channel. The flower does not wrestle to bloom, it unfolds in the sun. So too your success. When you impress the subconscious with a definite aim, backed with faith, the unfolding is natural, effortless, harmonious. The struggle ends, the strain ceases, the burden lifts. You move with divine ease, with unforced rhythm, with inspired action. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Beloved, take this into your heart. The miracle-working power is already in you. You need not beg for it, nor search for it, nor chase it. You need only awaken it, affirm it, trust it. The subconscious is the silent worker, the hidden builder, the tireless servant. Give it your vision of success, clothe it with faith, water it with thanksgiving, and it will outpicture it with certainty. Whether it be wealth, health, love, position, influence, creativity, invention, or service, the law is one, as within, so without. All things are possible to him that believeth. Let us now, beloved, affirm once more the hidden prayer of manifestation. Let us declare in silence with burning conviction, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say it until the words glow in your soul. Say it until you feel the thrill of truth. Say it until you know beyond doubt that miracles are yours, that success is yours, that abundance is yours. For when the subconscious accepts it, the outer must reveal it. The miracle is already finished. The success is already sealed. The harvest is already certain. And I leave you at the close of this fifth unfolding with this soul-stirring reminder. You are a miracle worker. You are a creator. You are a chant. Knell of divine mind. The higher law of manifestation is within you, now awaiting only your decree. Take hold of it, beloved. Use it boldly. Live it joyously, and you shall see wonders greater than you have ever imagined, for the glory of God is revealed in you, through you, as you. We stand now at the summit of our journey together. We have gazed into the infinite riches of the subconscious mind. We have spoken the hidden prayer of manifestation. We have declared our oneness with divine supply, and we have seen that the law of wealth, health, and success is eternal, unfailing, universal. Now, as we close this sacred unfolding, I tell you with calm authority and with burning love, you are greater than you have ever imagined. The treasure you seek has always been within you. The kingdom is not far off. It is here, it is now, it is within. The Master said, the kingdom of God is within you. He did not say it is in some distant heaven, nor in the coffers of men, nor in the favor of governments. He said it is within you, in your heart, in your subconscious, in your union with the infinite. This is the secret of all ages, whispered by prophets, sung by poets, proclaimed by sages, revealed in Scripture. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your heart, your subconscious, your inner speech is the wellspring of your destiny. Out of it flow the issues of life, the riches you desire, the success you dream of, the healing you long for, the love you seek. All are already established within. They await only your recognition, your affirmation, your decree. You need not strive, nor struggle, nor chase. You need only awaken, align, and accept. Say to yourself, in silence and in certainty, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. These riches flow to me freely, joyously, endlessly, ceaselessly, in perfect ways. Whisper it until your subconscious trembles with its truth. Declare it until your soul sings with joy. Live it until your world shines with proof. Beloved, wealth is not only for a chosen few, it is for all who understand the law. Healing is not for a select handful, it is for all who believe. Success is not for the privileged elite, it is for all who impress the subconscious with vision and faith. The law of life is no respecter of persons. It responds to you as surely as to Abraham, as surely as to Moses, as surely as to Jesus, as surely as to any prophet, poet, or philosopher. The subconscious is infinite, impartial, impersonal. It reflects what you impress. If you impress wealth, it gives you wealth. If you impress lack, it gives you lack. If you impress health, it gives you vitality. If you impress fear, it gives you illness. Therefore, beloved, impress wisely, impress nobly, impress divinely. Let us speak now of the eternal circulation of abundance. Life is circulation. The river that ceases to flow becomes stagnant. The blood that ceases to circulate becomes disease. The mind that ceases to give becomes barren. To hoard is to fear. To fear is to block the current. To give is to trust. To trust is to open the channel. Give freely, joyously, lovingly, and abundance flows back multiplied. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over. The miser dies in fear. The giver lives in abundance. The fearful clutch their coins. The faithful overflow with riches. Do not be afraid to give, beloved. Give of your time, your love, your service, your wealth. Give with joy, and the universe mirrors joy to you. Give with fear, and fear returns. Give with resentment, and resentment multiplies, but give with faith, and faith multiplies. The subconscious sees only the feeling behind the gift. If you give in love, it multiplies love. If you give in joy, it multiplies joy. If you give in faith, it multiplies faith. Circulation is the law. Wealth is not hoarded, it is circulated. Love is not stored, it is shared. Faith is not hidden, it is expressed. Beloved, let us speak also of forgiveness, for without it, prosperity is blocked. Resentment is a poison that clogs the channels of supply. Hatred is a chain that binds the soul. Unforgiveness is a wall that shuts out abundance. If you harbor bitterness, you cannot prosper. If you dwell in resentment, you cannot heal. The subconscious cannot flow freely when poisoned by hate. The Master declared, "Forgive, and you shall be forgiven." Forgive not for the other's sake, but for your own. Release, and you are released. Let go, and you are free. Bless those who curse you, love those who hate you, pray for those who despitefully use you. In this way you cleanse your subconscious, you open the channel, you allow supply to flow unhindered. Beloved, I have told you of faith, of imagination, of decree, of non-resistance, of divine timing, of circulation, of forgiveness. These are not separate laws, they are facets of the one great law of life, the law of the subconscious mind. All success, all wealth, all health, all joy, all love flow from this one law. The subconscious is the soil, your thoughts are the seeds, your feelings are the water, your faith is the sunshine. Plant wisely, water faithfully, believe joyously, and the harvest cannot fail. The subconscious is infinite, and its harvest is limitless. Consider the words of Paul, "Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us." Beloved, the power is already working in you. It is not distant, it is not delayed, it is not denied. It is here, it is now, it is within. The subconscious is infinite. It can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think. Do not limit it with fear. Do not bind it with doubt. Do not choke it with resentment. Release it with faith. Free it with forgiveness. Multiply it with gratitude. Expand it with vision, and you shall see miracles beyond imagining. Let us affirm together once more the hidden prayer of manifestation, the sacred decree of abundance, the silent song of prosperity. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Say it with me, beloved. Say it in silence. Say it in certainty. Say it in joy. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. These riches flow to me freely, ceaselessly, endlessly, joyously, in perfect ways. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am successful. I am radiant. I am divine. The law of life is mine. The abundance of heaven is mine. The riches of eternity are mine. Beloved, carry this prayer in your heart. Speak it in the morning. Whisper it at noon. Breathe it at night. Let it be the last thought before sleep, the first thought upon waking. Let it be your constant companion, your silent affirmation, your inner decree. And as surely as the sun rises, the subconscious will manifest it. Your world will be transformed, your body renewed, your finances multiplied, your relationships healed, your destiny fulfilled. For the law cannot fail, the truth cannot be denied, the prayer cannot go unanswered. And now, beloved friend, as this great river of truth comes to its still waters, I leave you with this soul-stirring reminder. You are infinite in potential, divine in essence, limitless in supply. You are not a beggar in the dust. You are a child of the infinite. You are not a victim of chance. You are master of destiny. You are not bound by lack. You are heir of abundance. Within you is the power to heal, to prosper, to create, to bless, to rise, to shine, to demonstrate the glory of God in the land of the living. Take this truth, live it, declare it, demonstrate it, and your life will be a living testament to the hidden prayer of manifestation. Beloved, I invite you now to remain in this truth, to let it echo in your soul, to let it guide your every step. If these words have awakened faith in you, if they have stirred hope, if they have revealed to you the infinite riches of your subconscious mind, then I ask you for your own good and for the blessing of others to keep this channel of truth alive. Subscribe now, beloved. Like this video, share it with those who hunger for light, for in spreading truth you multiply truth. In giving wisdom you multiply wisdom. In sharing abundance you multiply abundance. As you circulate truth, truth circulates to you. As you give, you receive. As you bless, you are blessed. And so, beloved friend, go forth now in joy, in faith, in abundance. Live in the certainty of wealth, walk in the assurance of health, speak in the confidence of success, radiate in the glow of divine love, for the hidden prayer of manifestation is yours forever. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is done, it is sealed, it is finished, and the glory of God is revealed in you, through you, as you. Amen.